You might be wondering if you're an NPC, so I'm going to give you 3 signs to tell whether or not you are an NPC. And for those of you that don't know, an NPC is a non-player character. If you ever play video games, they're the people that you bump into on the streets or on the side quests. Sign number 1, you're living for the weekends and you do the same thing every single weekend. If you go to the same place with the same people and you drink the same beer and you talk about the same stuff, might be an NPC. Number 2, when was the last time you learned something new? It could be a skill, it could be a fact, it could be anything, a new idea. But when was the last time you learned something new and even talked about it? A lot of people stop learning after school, so if the answer for you is that it's been years, it might be an NPC. Third sign, and maybe the most important, is how often are you complaining? Because if most of the time you're complaining and you're not looking for any solutions or trying to change your reality, it might be an NPC.
What's up, guys? Mr. Fit to Flourish. Let's see if the light is hitting right there. The light is hitting. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about a massive question that you should ask yourself. Are you a god? Are you an MC, a main character? Or are you an NPC, a non-playable character? Are you so-called a peasant, a follower? Okay? Or are you part of the bourgeoisie, the upper class, the gods, the demigods, the main characters? Who are you? And the answer, you know me, I like to get straight to it. The answer is, you always will be who you say you are, who you believe you are, and what you believe you are. You will always be who you believe you are and what you believe you are. Okay? Who you believe you are and what you believe you are. So what does that mean? That means if you think you can do it, you can do it. If you think you cannot do it, then you cannot do it. You can't get it done. So you will always be who and what you believe you are. How does that work? Well, your beliefs are what drives your identity. And your identity, who you are being, drives who and what you do, actually. So your beliefs and your identities about yourself drive you to take action towards those beliefs. For instance, if you think you cannot do it, what are you likely to do? Okay? What are you likely to do? So for instance, if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to make a lot of money, you want to be like these people on social media living in the Miami high-rises, right? If you want to live in these Miami high-rises and you want to make a lot of money and you believe you can't do it, that's going to drive you to take no action. You're not going to take action. You're going to do the opposite of what you should be doing. Now, if you're someone who's convicted that, hey, these people aren't better than me, I can be one of these guys in these Miami high-rises. I can be making a lot of money in real estate, drop shipping, trading, online business, personal development coaching, online coaching, remote jobs, whatever. If you believe that you are one of these people who can do it, then you will be able to do it. Why? Because then you will start taking action towards those goals. You're going to start taking action towards those goals. What does that mean? Well, essentially, that means that you're going to start looking up how to win in the business, what to do to win in the business. Okay? You're going to start networking with people. You're going to start taking action that aligns with the action that would be taking, that you would be taking if you were a person who did the thing. Okay? If you were a person who did or does the thing. So essentially, who you believe you are, what you believe you are, is going to drive you to take action. And how does this work? Well, there's a concept that's called be, do, have. So everything that you desire is on the other side of who you need to become. And how does be, do, have work? Well, the way that be, do, have works is that when you decide to be that millionaire person, that higher version of yourself, when you decide to be that person, you immediately will stop your old habits. They're going to say, oh, you want to get in shape? Well, cut out the fats, right? Cut out the carbs, cut out that bad food, the fast food that you're eating. You're going to have to kill the old you. And that's why I like watching a lot of anime, because a lot of anime shows this. In Solo Leveling, a lot of people know Solo Leveling. What happens to Sung Jin-woo? Well, he literally dies, okay? The old version of him dies. He was an E-class, low-level warrior. And he literally died in order to become the most powerful person in the universe. But was he like really powerful right after he died? No. Once he died, he realized, I have a second chance. And there was this system that showed up on the screen, and it said, hey, you have a second chance. In this life, we're going to give you the opportunity to be great. We're going to give you the opportunity to become the most powerful being that has ever existed, also known as like the supreme being, okay? But what happened? The system said, in order to get there, you can't continue to be the old version of yourself. These are the actions that you're going to have to take. So in Solo Leveling, Sung Jin-woo, again, this was like a concept of like these people who were fighters and warriors, and they go to different dungeons and fight monsters, and you have different levels. So he was like the lowest level. But the system said, listen, in order to have this thing, to become the strongest person, you need to be the strongest person. Well, what does the strongest person do? So the bridge between having something and being something is what you do in the middle, okay? So the system said, hey, you're gonna have to do 100 push-ups every day, you're gonna have to run 10 kilometers, you're gonna have to do this and this and this, and it gave him a list of chores that he had to do every single day, all right? Every single day he was on this list of chores, and in this list of chores, he was getting stronger because he was consistently doing it every day. At first he tried to slack off. He said, no, I don't want to do that. So he did not give up the old him yet. He's like, I don't want to do this. Run 10 miles, I can't do this. You have to die to the old version of yourself in order to become that main character, to become that God-level version of yourself. And people are going to look at you like you're crazy, because now you're not going to be part of the general population. You're not going to be average. You're going to be someone that is accomplishing things. You're going to be someone that is focused, someone that is aligned with money, aligned with abundance. So the concept of be, do, have is when you be the person, when you be like, oh, okay, I want to be a millionaire. Well, be a millionaire right now. Don't wait till like you do all this hard. You don't have to do a lot of hard work all the time. Just be that person. How would you act? How would you act? Again, what's the difference between you now and that version of you that has $1 million? Well, it's probably in what you're doing and how you're acting. So act as if you had that thing. So when you're being that person, you're going to do the things that that person does. And essentially, if you're being that person and you're doing the things that that person would do, then you're going to have all of the things that that person has, just inevitably. It's not like you're going to go out and you're going to look for the Ferrari. You're not going to do that. You're not going to go out and look for the Ferrari. You're going to be the millionaire. You're going to do the things that the millionaire does, and then people are going to offer you the Ferrari. The Ferrari is going to show up in your yard. Okay, the girls that you wanted are going to show up in your face. Okay, the house that you wanted, the lifestyle that you wanted, the people, the followers that you want on your Instagram, your YouTube, they're going to show up. Okay, they're just going to show up because of who you believe you are. And if you are who you say you are, you're going to do the things that you need to do in order to become that highest version of yourself. Okay, so that's the be, do, have principle. And again, that determines whether or not you are a main character or you're an NPC. Are you a god? Or are you just a general population human? Okay? And some people will be like, man, be quiet. Like, nobody said like they want to be a god. Nobody said they want to be popular, whatever. So, okay. Don't complain. Do not complain when you can't get the things that you want. You're not in the job that you want. You're not in the business that you want. You're never surrounded by the people that you want. Your health is poor. Your bank account is poor. You can't complain when these circumstances arise, because these circumstances are brought on by who you believe you are and what you believe you are. So if you believe, again, think of it, it all comes down to your level of belief. That's why there's these things called religion, right? I talked about this in another video. What are you convicted will happen? And how do you pray? The way you pray, Mark 11:24, it says the way to pray is when you pray, you pretty much you give thanks. Okay? You have a desire, and then you act as if that desire already happened. Therefore, you will be acting in the direction of that desire. You take all the actions as if you already had it, as if you already were that person who has the thing. And then these scriptures and these ancient texts say, then everything that you desire will be added unto you. Everything and more will be added unto you. Okay? So that's basically it. I really don't have to go into any more detail. I gave you the example of, hey, Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling, or even Hercules. Hercules was considered a demigod. Why? See, Hercules, he might not have been really super special. He might not have been super special. What made him special? Hercules was special because of the actions that he took. He was brave enough to go out and slay Medusa, slay these animals, and go fight these animals. Who knows if there was actually someone out there who was just as strong as Hercules. But the only difference between Hercules and these other people, or this other person who had the potential, is that that other person never stepped in the arena. Okay? Don't be that person to never step in the arena, because then you will be considered an NPC. You will be considered the person who never got it done. Your life will flash before your eyes, and next thing you know, you're sitting on your deathbed, and you are going to wish, like many people on their deathbed wish, oh, I wish I had the courage to go out and do the thing that I've always wanted to do, right? And that might be getting on YouTube and like talking like this, putting your face in the camera. I know a lot of people don't put their face in the camera, and me and my brother talk about this all the time. People are so scared to show their face and speak their thoughts and help people. You can potentially change lives. I know a lot of people have told me, I've changed their lives. I've helped people make $100,000 in a week. I've helped people make $10,000 in a day, $20,000 in a day. I've helped people buy houses with what I teach and what I tell them. I've helped people get out of depression, all this stuff, just by changing their mindset and getting online and showing my face and showing that it can be done, not only financially, I'll show that, and also, but physically. Like, what am I doing on a day-to-day basis? I'm out here getting on my walk. I'm buying the Corvette. I'm in the Corvette. I'm in the places that I want to be. I'm with the people I want to be with. And I'm going to show a lot more of that too with these vlog style videos. But essentially, you can be changing lives. Me and my brother, we talk about how people are so afraid to be great that they will listen to the opinions of others who have really no meaning. Other people who have never ever done anything, who have never stepped in the arena. That's like if you're a pro football player and an elementary school kid, or not even like a JV football player in high school who sits at the bench, says, "Oh, Odell Beckham, you suck." Bro, you think I'm gonna listen to you? You're fucking trash, bro. You're a senior in high school and you're on JV. You can't play football. I'm not going to listen to you. And that's how you guys should be thinking about it. You should be thinking about it like, all right, I'm not going to listen to the opinions of the sheep when I'm trying to be a wolf. I'm not going to listen to the opinions of the sheep when I'm trying to be a wolf. I'm trying to be a lion. I'm trying to take stuff over. I'm trying to be the king of the jungle. The king of the jungle is not going to go listen to these monkeys monkeying around, hopping from tree to tree, playing around, picking flies off of each other's backs. No, we're going to go take over. We're going to take care of our family, our friends, and we're going to claim our territory and what we deserve. Abundance is your birthright. Okay, me and my brother, we talk about those people who are too afraid. They put fake names on their social media, and then some people are called like D's nuts or 225 D's nuts or something stupid, and then they comment under your video like, oh, you're not even in shape, or that car is fake, that car is rented, or you don't get girls, or something crazy, because they hate it so much. Okay, remember this, when you're becoming godlike, and I'll probably call this video like become godlike or something, but when you're becoming godlike, or when you're becoming the main character, when you are the main character, you're going to get a lot of hate from the NPCs, from the people who were too afraid to do the thing that you're doing, because it's such a daunting task. It makes them sick to their stomach that they didn't have the courage to do it. Okay, they didn't have courage to do the thing that you're doing, to get online, to go try that business, or to quit their job and go make a ton of money, or to inspire others. They hate to see you doing the thing that they're too afraid to do. So they're gonna hate on you. They're gonna hate it. It's gonna make them it's gonna give them a feeling inside that they have to let out. And the only way that they can let that out is by trying to bring you down. Don't listen to them. That's one of the biggest takeaways from this video. When you're godlike, you don't listen to anyone who is not on your level or above you. Because people above you will always try to help you up. People at the highest version, like that God energy, is an energy of love, bliss, peacefulness, and abundance. Okay, and the people who are there are always going to try to help you. They're not people who are going to try to scam you, or people who are going to shit on you or try to put you down. When someone shits on you or tries to put you down, understand that energy is coming from a level of hate, jealousy, gluttony, jealousy, all that stuff is coming from a negative space. Okay, anger and jealousy. That's where that energy is coming from. Right? So understand that. Don't listen to people below you, or people who have never done what you would like to do. Okay? So, for instance, I'm not a dentist. I'm a doctor of pharmacy. I'm a doctor, but I'm a doctor of pharmacy. I'm not a doctor of dentistry. So if I was telling you, hey, if you were to come to me and say, hey man, looks like you need a root canal, we should take care of that like today. You're like, what the fuck? My teeth are fine. And I'd be like, no, I know what I'm talking about, bro. You need a root canal. Your tooth is messed up, man. You need a root canal. You're like, yo, are you serious? And if you listen to me, you're cooked. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a dentist, right? You're gonna go to a dentist for that advice, all right? For fitness, you might go to a fitness coach, but your fitness coach might be fat as fuck. a lot of them are. I don't know. So it's like, yo, are you practicing what you preach? I don't know. But essentially, don't listen to the haters. All right? You're the main character. You can do everything that you desire to do. You can be everything you desire to be. And the way to do that is to be, do, have. Become the main character. Become godlike by doing the things that you need to do. And I promise you, you will have everything that you ever desired.